Okay.
So this is extensions to our session. Like I'm just maintaining for 1 liter milk is 50 euros. That means header level. If it is 200 means if I if you try to accumulate 100 plus 50 plus 50, so that means you can get your header level pricing as 200. But if you are trying to do header level pricing, you shouldn't get all these component pricing alone, so then your situation will be wrong. So when you are doing item level pricing, you shouldn't get a header level pricing. So let's try to check header level pricing, how it is determined and how the bomb explosion it will be done for this example. So let's try to save this one. So now we got maintained our pricing. Now let's try to create a sales order now. So before that, you have to change your material item category group to ERLA if you want a header level pricing. So this is my header level, uh, material will be there 200 for Chocobar. And let's try to get into the sales org 1 and 2. Here instead of norm, because since it is the bomb material, I'm just changing it to ERLA. So I am saving this one. Now let's try to create a sales order now, how the system behaves. GR1, so domestic sales organization, retail and division. And let's try to enter our counterpart. Now let's enter this material, whether we have the bomb explosion or not. Let's try to put the order quantity as 1. Now if you see, let's go to the item overview. You can see you got all the components. So one box I have taken means like this is for 100 grams I have taken one box contains 5 eaches, so that's why it's become 5 grams. So 1 liter price I have taken, that's why it will become like 5 liters. And this is like I think I have taken 2 liters, it will become like 10 for the milk. Now let's try to observe item categories. You can see for TAQ you got TAE, TAE and TAE. Now let's try to understand the price, or else let's try to understand this one. For a box, go to the conditions. So initial price you got it 200. Okay, that means 100 plus 50 plus 50, your water and milk choco powder, that shouldn't display. It is displayed at header level. So for 5 products you got 1000. Now let's try to observe the your components. Everywhere it will be, your price will be 0. This is how you can able to determine your header level pricing. Okay. So in the similar way, let's try to check any incomplete logs are there. So this document is complete because these components will not derive any other conditions, because your item level pricing for your TAE will be dummy. That means you don't have any pricing for TAE for your component level. So now we arrived this one. In the similar way, now we try to do the pricing at item level, header level, we try to make that price as dummy. So for that, we have one item category called TAP. TAP means, if you see, you don't have any header level pricing. But item level pricing, if I want it, I don't want to go for any separate item category. I can go TAN only, because I don't want to create separate item category, because I need pricing with item level standard product, component level standard product. But whereas if you go for header level, why I needed separate item category as TAQ? Because TAQ is not standard material, it is a BOM relevant material, so BOM configurations will be there. And if you go for component level, I need a dummy, I cannot choose the tan. That's why we have two different item categories. Whereas if I want something at component level for tan, it is relevant for pricing, so I can derive it. It is not, there is, I don't require to the BOM explosion component to component level again. So I required BOM explosion for my main material. Again, for my component level pricing, I'm choosing another item category called TAP. Let's try to understand how we have to maintain this configuration in VOB4 for item category determination. Let's try to observe for standard. Or so since component level uh, pricing, if I required, my item category also changes. In standard, it is called lump item category group. So you can choose the TAP, and at norm level, you can choose a item category definition for TAP. Once it is exploded, for my dummy header level item material, I will get priced component material with the tan. This is how we have to do it. Now let's try to check uh, our own definition for our document type ZOR1 and LUMF lump, and my high level item category, if I wanted to do it, so my default item category, I just make it as TAP. So for this is for my BOM explosion. Now let's go for ZOR1 for pricing norm. So when I do it TAP, I need to get my tan material. Tan material we copied as GTTN for our own definition convenience to find the difference. So now let's try to go to, now let's try to create a sales order now. Let's check how it works. Now let's try to create for 200. I'm just taking, so now before that I need to change it my material components. So let's go to MM02. So this is item level BOM explosion material for item pricing. So whereas I just try to get into the sales org 2 tab, instead of ERLA, I'm just taking into the lump. So now obviously it should pick my item level pricing instead of header level pricing. Let's try to enter the sales order. Let's try to give some quantity. Let me give per piece how the system behaves. Okay. Now let's try to go to the item overview. You can quickly observe your bomb got exploded. For one piece, you got 100 grams, 1 liter and 2 liters. This time I didn't give the box for our convenience to understand item level pricing, how it is derived. So let's click header level conditions. You don't have pricing. But if you see item level, you got your pricing item level, what you have maintained 100, 50, 50. That means your total you 200 got it. Like this, you can always have an independence to create bill of material, bill of materials for your SD0 for SD01 for sales application. Now let's try to do something else. So you have created CS02 is the change. Once you created, let me try to put one alternative bomb like this. When I keep like this is the first alternative. Let me try to put another alternative like this. So that means it doesn't have any two alternatives. So now let's go to the CS01, and let's put the alternative as 2, and let's try to put the components as 285 and 284. Let's try to put the 5 quantities, and your 202 as like 200 grams. Now let's try to create a sales order again. So let's try to enter. See, now system is asking whether you would like to go for alternative 1 or alternative 2. So let's be choosy for alternative 2 to see the example. When I choose alternative 2, my quantities are differs. This is for manufacturing, this is for another combination, like 25 liters it came, and 1000 grams it came. So like that you can always try to maintain n number of alternatives for the same material for different combinations, you can see. So if you wanted to make 100 grams chocobar, you need certain combination needed. If you wanted to make it uh, certain 200 grams with another color or flavor, if you'd like to add it, then alternative bomb with the alternative set of materials, it is always helpful to have it. If you choose our computer example, there we can able to maintain 3 alternative bombs for computer with 1 GB RAM, and 2 GB RAM and 6 GB RAM. With the three, if even single component varies also, you can try to maintain different alternative bombs to to smooth your sales business process. This is how your bombs works in SAP SD, header level and item level pricing for your bill of materials.